Hey guys, this is Dale Corpus. It's December 2017, and I'm bringing you the last show of the year, episode number 10 of my Sold by Dale show. Today's topic is homeowners insurance, and my guest is Brian Seto, who's an awesome agent with Farmers Insurance and one of my trusted business partners. So stay tuned and let's just jump right into this. Hey, so Brian, thank you so much for joining my show for this month. You're an important person to bring on right now, and I thought it was a good thing with all of the wildfires that have been happening both northern and California. It's been really saddening because a lot of people have been displaced and losing their homes. But it's been interesting though too, because it's been having people in my own database take a step back and ask themselves about insurance and what does it really cover. So that being said, I wanted to have that discussion with you as to, how does somebody even know how much insurance to have? How do they know if they have adequate insurance on their own home?
Okay. Well, thank you, Dale, for inviting me to your show. And this is a very important topic. It's good to have this discussion before something happens. Absolutely. So in order to find out if you have enough insurance, obviously talk to your insurance professionals, talk to contractors. Contractors may have a good idea on how much it is to rebuild your home in your area and the type of materials that you have in your home. But just for starters, for a rule of thumb, I will recommend absolute minimum $250 per square foot. If you don't have any idea how much it costs to replace your home, but use that as a rule of thumb. Go with $250 per square feet. Don't worry about the land value, because the land will always be there in case anything happens. So just worry about the structure itself. But before you talk to any professionals and you don't have any ideas, go with $250 per square foot. In a case where somebody is displaced by their home being burnt down, I take it that that homeowner is somehow able to live somewhere else temporarily while their home is being built, and that's covered by. Yes. Yeah, that's very important. That's covered under loss of use, so that's very important in terms of being displaced. So you have to live somewhere. If it's a temporary situation, say it's just like a kitchen fire, then you're going to be out of your house for a couple of months, so that will pay for hotels. But what happened in Santa Rosa, where your house is gone, you want to make sure that there's enough money, enough funds to help you live another house, lease another house. So you have to look on your loss of use. Very important thing is the time, because most insurance company doesn't spell that out. So it may be just 6 months, and standard is 12 months. But like Farmers, I always offer 24 months as the absolute minimum. So always go with 24 months, because you have to take into consideration the time to get your permits, the architectural work. And if you still have a mortgage on your house, your mortgage company need to approve the plans before you start working. And you have to make sure to take consideration of construction delays, from weather and all that. So you got to make sure you have like 24 months worth of loss of use. That should be adequate. That should take care of you. But most people don't know to look for the time, not just how much they're going to cover you for, but how long. So standard is 12 months, but I would totally recommend going for 24 if you can. With the standard types of home insurance policies that folks are getting, are all natural disasters covered? Or I want to just kind of elaborate on that. What's covered and what's not covered? Just your standard home insurance will cover wildfires, explosions, theft and burglary, falling objects. Those are covered under your standard home policy, but earthquake is a separate policy that's covered by the California Earthquake Authority. Okay. And floods are covered by FEMA, and that's due to the federal government. So those are separate policies. Okay, so those are optional, and I think it's more specific based on where you live, if it's kind of more mandatory or not. Is that correct? Right. Usually the bank will let you know, at least on the flood insurance, it's going to be mandatory. They usually check the flood maps, and before they fund you, they will say, hey, you need to get flood insurance. Earthquake, it's optional. I haven't had any banks require earthquake yet, but that's a separate policy, and you talk to your insurance agent, and they will work with you and determine how much earthquake insurance you should get, and give you a good idea on the price. Also related to insurance, I hear people ask about general liability for a home insurance, for a home policy. I mean, can we talk about that, and what is it and why is it important? Yeah, well, general liability is pretty important, especially for homeowners, because on a homeowner, you probably will have like a gardener that will come by and on the premise and work on your home. You got roofers, you got contractors, you got friends and family. They may get injured on your property. So just for example, if a roofer was working on your home, you know, got injured, fell off the roof, and gets an attorney, the attorney will come after the contractor and the homeowner, because the homeowner will be the ultimate employer in the case. So you want to make sure you're protected against that. And also general liability is important if you're a landlord, or you may have a roommate in your home to kind of offset the mortgage payments. So you want to make sure you have tenant liable insurance. Okay. So general liability for landlord policy usually will cover that, because you want to cover yourself for wrongful eviction, wrongful entry, a whole bunch of tenant libels that's going on out there, especially in San Francisco and in Berkeley. So you want to make sure you talk to your insurance professional, and if you do have a tenant situation, you talk to them to make sure that general liability will cover that.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really good information. I know that the topic of insurance is really complex. Every scenario is really different, very individual. I mean, if my audience wanted to get a hold of you, hey, what's your best contact information, Brian?
Yeah, you could reach me. Just look under the graphic there, and we'll have my contact information.
Okay, well, perfect. Well, thanks again for joining me on my show this month. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Brian. All the contact information is listed on his screen. So I'll see you guys next month for the next show. Happy holidays, and see you in 2018. Bye.
Happy holidays. Thank you.